All right, let's go ahead and do our review. The last one here, I got a few questions about it because of the sa. So you probably saw me messing with the word. So in a lot of books they say sa, but then it's fa sa when you hear people speaking. So, but we'll get to that. So I can't go to the gym today. Does anybody have that one? I kind of threw a little sneak something in there, but so this is our helping verb. So with the helping verbs, remember, I mean, there's several ways to say it, but the way that we learned it in here, um, we just kind of stick with the basics. So we say and then can or able to do something is mafai, right? Mafai. But if you can't do it, then we put the le in front of it. I don't think we've done that in a couple of weeks, but to make something negative, it's going to be le. So we would put that in front of our helping verb. So that was another question I had, like which one does it go before the alu, or does it go before the mafai? So if it's can't go, so you are not able to. So not able to is going to be le mafai. Not able to is le mafai. So a le mafai, and then we have uh go is alu. Okay, so we have our helping verb, which is going to be the mafai, and then we have our main verb or our main action is alu, right? So to connect them together, we remember our some word or particle, or whatever they call it, is going to be ona. So ele mafai ona alu. Ele mafai ona alu. Now there's one more piece missing in here, and I know it probably sounds like a lot because we just added a le to for can't, and then we also have our helping verb, and then the connecting word. But then if we wanted to say I can't go, I can't go. So we want to make sure that we put our pronoun in there. So the pronoun is going to be, anyone know that one? Well, again, there's a
Oh,
few different. Oh, go ahead.
oh,
Oh, right. Oh, so we could say oh if we say it that way, which is the way we're gonna go with right now. But then if you wanted to say au, of course, au is gonna be after the action. But we're gonna do this way right here. So we have our tense, we have our subject is o, and then our action is alu, right? All this right here is this is our helper, le mafai, and then we have onna to connect the mafai and alu. So ele mafai ono o alu, and then how do we cap this off? So the location is going to be to the gym. So and there's several words for gym too. So if you don't have faleci'i, then it's faleca'alo. There's several other words for it. So
Ile faleci.
ile faleci'i, yes. So CE is to lift. So the house of lifting. If house of playing, just depends if one would be probably like the YMCA, the other one is going to be 24-hour fitness or something like that. So, and then what's the last part of it? It's gonna be today.
Lineazo.
So, yep, lene aso, or just lene aso, or just depends. Um, awesome. So, okay, let me write each piece down. So we have our tense, right? That's our tense marker. And then I'm just gonna go right to this part. So our subject is O, action. Our location is Ilefalesi'i, and then Leneaso or Ileneaso. So our time. So that's our T salt. Tense, subject, action, location, time. And then this right here is going to be, that's our helper, and then onna. Okay, a helper and then onna. Right. So this is the only thing that's new is our helper with that. All right. Awesome. So the boy usually pays for the bill. Oh, I'm sorry. The boy usually pays the bill for the family. How do we, anyone have that one? Again, there's several ways to say this as well. But if we just kind of stick with the format, um, we could say, well, any
E masani ona totongi le pili e le tama mo le ainga.
tongi le pili e le tama, and then you said mole ainga. Yep. Awesome. Awesome. So we have the tense, right? I'm going to skip over our helper and our owner for now. And then we have our action. All right. So we don't have a subject action because remember the subject can only be a pronoun when it comes before the action, right? So because the doer of the action is letama, we have to, we put it after the action. We wouldn't say e masani ona letama tutongi. That's wrong. So the common nouns are not going to go before the action. Okay, only pronouns. All right, that's the principle we learned a couple weeks ago. So tense, and then our action is totongi, and then we have two subjects, right? We have lepili, and then we have letama. The doer of the action is letama, so we got to mark letama with the e, okay? And then we're talking about the family, for the family. So just like e and yate and mai and maya, those are all prepositions, right? That lead to our location. This case is mo. Mo is for, which is also a preposition. We had that preposition list a couple weeks ago. So mo leainga. So that's our location. So e masani ona tatongi le pili e le tama mo leainga. And the masani and the ona is just our helper and our connector. Okay, and if we wanted to, if just in case you have it the other way, you could also say e masani ona totongi e letama. Because remember, um, because we marked the letama with the e, we could say it be, it doesn't matter which way. We could say le pili e letama or e letama le pili, moleainga. So it doesn't matter because we marked the doer with the e. Okay. I know it's if especially if you're just now kind of joining the last couple of weeks, it might look long but if you just take it piece by piece, it really is, digestible. It's not that bad. And if you do it over and over and over and over, then it just becomes really easy or second nature. Okay. All right, so the next one, um, we are forbidden to speak in church. So some people they said so sa is what is, it's on our written material, for in here, and then a lot of the places that like a lot of the books that I read. So, but then also fa'asa. So fa'asa, when people tell you, you're not able to do this, you're not able to do that, you're forbidden from this, they'll say like, fa'asa, fa'asa. So, whichever one you have. So we are forbidden to speak in the church. And then church, if you say loku, that's okay too, or lotu. If you have, you know, what Talanoa. Oh, let's just see. Does anyone have this one right here? We are forbidden to speak in the church. So we have our tense of e. So this is what we can't do right now. It's a habitual thing. So forbidden to speak. So if we forbidden is one word and then speak. So forbidden, I'll put fasa because I heard it so many times that means I probably should do more looking up on or research on that. So fasa and then ona and then to speak. So we have talanoa. And now, okay, so just for this part right here, what are we missing? So we have we three exclusive. So that would be the doer. Like we're the ones that are not allowed to speak. So what's the pronoun? gonna be mātou. So if I sound mātou talanoa, and then tense. Okay, yeah. So what will come after that? In the church. So it's going to be I le lotu. Some people said that, or I le palesa. Either one. Again, there's several different ways we can word this, but as long as you know how to structure the stuff. When you hear it, look at that list of helping verbs and just practice. Just make your own sentences. And I actually have a page that I'm going to upload today. It's got maybe 50 something sentences on there, and you guys can practice, you know, making your own sentences and stuff like that. So I I would do it today, but I have to make sure it's right. I used AI. I've been messing with that lately. So, and here's a sample of it. So take a few minutes just to do something like this. So dissect each part of these sentences, right? So we'll do the first one together. So o le tama ua tamoe ai I le malai I le taiao. So when you're doing like your self-study, sometimes they're gonna write, sentences like this. Sometimes they might say ua tamoe le tama I le malai I le taiao. Right? They're just rewording stuff. But someone asked like in our last class, like where does the I come from? So if you see here, we have this is our subject, right? Oletama, right? So that's our subject. Our tense is that, and then tamoe is our action or our verb. And so I forgot, or I really couldn't come up with a good answer for like how come the I is right there. To me, it's like a subject placeholder. Like we already said oletama, we know that's the subject doer, but for whatever reason, like whenever the sentence, like we wouldn't just stop with the action. If we already said the subject, for some reason, like the I is like, we just say that as um, a subject replacement. You see what I'm saying? So we already said o le tama ua tamo e ai I le malai le taiao, right? So hopefully that makes sense. So tense, action, subject. Even though we said it already, it's up here. We just said I, and then all of this is our location, I le malai, in the field, in the morning. So I le taiao. Oh, I'm sorry, this would be like our time. So tense, action, subject, location, time. And since we already said the subject, that's where the I comes from. So the other part that I wanted to do with this slide right here is whenever you see, um, sentences, just break it down like piece by piece. So we already got like, you see how we did it up here. Make slashes through them or something. Go through the tusipaia, just paragraph by paragraph, and then even if you don't know what it's saying, you should be able to pick things out like phrase by phrase. Oletene, right? If you see olo'o, and then or after olo'o, that's a tense marker. There should be an action right after it. If it's not an action, then it might be like a pronoun. There's only two things that can come after the tense marker, right? So if you see olo'o faitau, okay, um, that's our tense and our action. The I is just, that's going to be our subject placeholder. And then if you see a E or ya or ya te, then just make another line. So just go through the Tusipa I or any sort of written Samoan thing that you have and just break things down like that. It's another great exercise. I think it's a good exercise just to be able to identify what you're looking at. And then after a while, it's like you can rearrange these sentences any kind of ways that you want, and it'll still make sense to you. So if you say, instead of saying o le tene o lo faitau ai I le potu I le afi afi, you could say o lo o faitau le tene. You see how all I did was just took the Olo'ofaitau, tense, action, and then I put the subject after. And I don't have to say I because that's the first time I'm being introduced. The girl is the one reading. So Olo'ofaitau le teine, I le potu, I le afiafi. You see that? If you have any questions, please let me know. I tend to over explain if I think I'm being confusing. So again, oletama, oh, I'm sorry, oletama, boom. Ualu, that's tense in action. Bam. The I just, this goes back because we already said our subject. So tense, action, and then the I, and then we have ile fale oloa, all right, to the store, ile awali. So in the afternoon. So hope if does that make sense, everybody? I know it looks like a football drawing, but I think that's the first time I introduced like that exercise that way. So now I'm just gonna like talk about a few things to kind of tie sentences together. Um, Le'i is one word, it just means not yet. Okay, so sometimes you might hear like leo, which is something else. We'll get into that Thursday, but today we'll talk about le'i. It just means not yet. So it'll go right before your action. So le'i, fa'afe loa'i is like to meet or to be introduced to. So I not yet met or meet, I have not yet met le faiaonga, the teacher of the choir, Alfaipese. So o te le'i fa'afe loa'i le faiaonga o le Alfaipese. All right, so le'i just comes before an action, just means not yet. Okay. Na te le'i. Na te le'i. And then it just means he or she has not yet. And then va'ai is like, or va'aya is to see. And then so she has not yet seen the boat in the sea. So na te le'i va'aya le va'a I le sami in the sea. Okay, so le'i just comes before action. It means not yet. Um, a few other new things. Ona lea. You're gonna see this all throughout. If you use the Tusipaia to do your studies, ona lea is gonna be it just means then. So we introduce like a phrase or an idea, and then it's usually like a comma, a comma, and then ona, an action, and then oftentimes you see like ailea. I le ta'alonga, na I. Okay, what about now? Can you guys hear me? Okay, I got bad internet. So okay, so ona o moe ailea. So the then statement starts with the ona. Sometimes it's just the action. So if we were to say ona moe lea, so then slept. Okay. In this case, we have then I, and then then I sleep, I lea. So he went to the game, then I slept. He went to the game, then I slept. Na ialu ile tifanga. So the movies, she went to the movies. Ona ta'ele. So ta'ele is a shower. Ta'ele ailea oletene. So sometimes people will say the I, other times they won't. I have no like rule for when people say it and when they don't. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But the main thing is like it's going to be ona and then the action and then lea. That is your then phrase statement. All right. And then the doer is going to come after the lea. If it's a pronoun, it can come ona, o, like I, and then ta'ele, ailea. It would come, it could come before the action there. All right, so that's our then. We'll probably do that like in the quiz for next time. And then you can also do it, in these kind of sentences with the helper phrases, the helper verbs too.
So le uso
So,
ofele screen.
oh, you can't see? Okay, man. Okay, my bad. Ooh. Okay, okay. Oh, you guys are saying, no wonder I couldn't see you guys anywhere. All right. What about now? Can you see
Yeah,
that?
well, like,
Okay.
Yep.
So, all right. So sorry about that. Let me just slide back there. So, na ialu ile ta'alonga, and then ona, that we're starting our then statement, ona, and then I slept, I lea, then I slept. So it begins with the ona, ends with the lea. All right. And then in this case, na ialu ile tifanga, ona ta'ele, then showered, I lea oletene. Okay. All right. And then again, like the as long as if you see ona and then lea and the action in between, that's what it means. Then and then whatever the action is. That's it. So e masani ona ialu ile falesi. So he usually goes to the gym, then sleeps, then sleeps. E masani ona ialu ile falesi ona o moe ailea. So he usually goes to the gym, then I go to sleep. So that's our then statement. So it's more like I guess I don't know what you call it. It's like an encapsulated phrase. So ona action lea. Okay. So possessions. If you remember when we were doing the A class and the O class, the possessions had the same thing, and it's like having a location phrase. So olepeni, okay, of course, this is a subject, like that's our subject phrase, the pen, and then this is our location, alifayaonga. So if you do enough of these, you're not even having to think about, oh, okay, tense, action, subject, oh, subject, location. You don't even have to think about it. Just do as much practice as you can, and it'll just come natural. So our subject here is the pen, and then alifayaonga. Alifionga. So this means of. In this context, the means of, and it's starting our location. So remember, we have the list of preposition phrases: ya, te, my, ya, mo, ma. Well, in this case, and o is also on that list, and it means of. So we're saying the pen. I'm sorry, Olepeni Alefayaonga. So the teacher's pen. It's probably going to cut out again, I think. The teacher's pen. Okay. Ole telefoni a le formai. So formai is the doctor. So the phone of the doctor. It's an A class. California is an A class thing. So we start our location with this type of. It's an A. The A, sorry. So ole kelfongi ale fomai. In this case, fale is an O class thing, the O class possession. So ole fale o simi. So Simi's house. We're gonna go ole fale o simi, Simi's house, right? And then if we're talking about a tina, we're talking about Mickey's mom, ole kinga o Mickey, or Mickey. So subject, and then our location is that's supposed to be Mika. Mika. So it does everything is not tense, action, subject, location, time, all like that. But like I said, once you get that, and you're fluent, just going back and forth, tense, action, subject, location, you can start mixing and matching stuff, or have, things like this. Ole penia ale faionga. All right. Um, Ailei, this is another way to connect sentences. Ailei and aolei. And both of these mean before. Okay. So if yeah, so that was, that's a command tense marker. Ta'uatu. So ta'u, tell to everyone. Ta'uatu. So tell to everyone, action, and then our location is I tangata uma, to everyone. I don't think we really talked about this, but when you put uma after a noun, probably some other kind of words too, but in this case, we're talking about tangata, person or people. If we say tangata uma, then everybody, every person. So ta'watu tangata uma, and then take away e ave e sea lato se vai. So take away their shoes, and then this is the part that we are I lei before, and then ulufale is to answer, or ulufale mai, just depending. So ulufale I le makofale, I le matofale, before they enter into our house. So yeah, ta'uatu itangata uma e ave sea lato se vai I lei ulufale I le makofale, before they come in our house. Take away their shoes before they come in our house. Okay, so I lei. So this is the first part of our sentence, or our thought. So tell everyone to take away their shoes, right? Ta'uatu itangata uma e ave e sea lato se vai. And then now we're connecting it with before. Before I lei ulufale ile makofale. All right. Now, there's another way to say it if we're using pronouns. Like if I say um I, instead of I lei, like we have up here, if we say I e te lei, I e te lei, so before you. So if you're gonna say like before you, up here we're just saying before entering into the house, right? But if we say like before you, before I, so let's look over here. If so, I guess the format would be like I, and then this row, I o te le'i, I e te le'i, I, well, right, ia or na te le'i, I ma te le'i, and so forth. Okay. In this case, we're talking about you. So I e te le'i, I lau mea ai, before you eat your food, fai au fe'au. Do your chores, or do your chores. So that's one way to say it. You can also mix it around. Yeah, do your chores. Fai au fe'au. Ai e te le'i. Ai lau me ai. All right. So it doesn't have to like begin a sentence or a thought. You can have it in the middle as well. So ai le'i or a'olei is going to mean before, but whenever it's a pronoun, it's going to be one of these. I o te le'i, I e te le'i. Aina telei, aima telei, aimato telei, and so forth. That side of um the pronoun list. Okay, what else new we got? Oh, after. Okay. So when done in the past is ina ua uma if it's something done in the future. So um I don't have the English translation down here. So I guess if something done in the past, after you clean up the house, or after you cleaned up, that would be like ina ua uma. Um, when done in after which is done in the future, I would say something like how do we say that in English? After you work out, come home and clean up the house. Okay, so something like that. That would be the difference between when done in the past and when done in the future. So let's look at the things I have here. So na o ta ele. So I showered ina ua uma after the game. I showered after the game. So I'm talking about something in the past. So I use ina ua uma. Ina ua uma le ta'alonga. Na o ta ele ina ua uma le ta'alonga. And we can also flip the sentence around again, just like before. We don't have to start it, in the middle. We can begin our sentence and say ina ua uma le ta'alonga, right? So after the game, na o ta'ele, I showered. Ina ua uma le ta'alonga, na o ta'ele. Now, when done in the future, so I say a uma. So I'm still saying after, but I'm talking about something that hasn't even happened yet. So after the game, a uma le kalunga, ole a ia ka alo ma kameki. So the kids will play, um, or the kid, what? Yeah, he or she will play with the kids. Okay, so a uma le ka'alonga o le a ia ka'alo makameki, and then we can flip it around, and we can start with o le a ia ka'alo or o le a ia ta'alo matameti pe a uma le ta'alonga. So the only difference is this. I should have made a separate slide for that. But when you start a sentence off, it's going to be a uma. But whenever a uma is in the middle, and it only applies to this one, I do believe, it's going to be be a uma. Okay, be a uma. Let's see, we got a few more things, and then that's the same slide. Okay, so now we're just getting into like our regular. We're gonna start our review of I guess everything that we learned, and we'll start from here. But let me show you guys something real fast. This is what I'm gonna have on the website tomorrow, and it's just a long sheet, and it's kind of breaking down just sentences. So, and you'll see here it's gonna have like our subject, what the subject is. Let me make sure. Okay, you guys are looking at what I'm looking at. It'll have the subject, the tense and the verb, right? The location, and then the time. Il est out. Okay. And then it has the full sentence right here. So this will just kind of help you look at a Samoan writing or Samoan dictation or any sort of piece and just break things down. I just have to proofread it because, like I said, AI made the whole thing, which is amazing. I can't even believe um, this stuff does that. I have found some mistakes already, so that's why I wanted to go over this. Actually, you know what? Let's find the mistakes together, at least on this one. Let's see. So, and plus this will kind of help you guys with the worksheet. And after this, we'll get back to our thing. So here's the full sentence. So I'll let you know already it's incorrect. So if I say ua avatu le tama le pusa i le umukuka i le gayao or tayao. So Our tense in the verb is ua avatu. The doer is le tamma. The receiver is le pusa. And then the location of the action, the avatu is le umukuka. Let me put that down there. And then it's gonna be ile tayao. So just from looking at these, you can break it down just like this. You can just put, you know, like that. Uavaku le kama le pusa um, and then ile umukuka, ile kayao. So all of this is gonna correspond with that. Now, what's wrong with this sentence? If you can see it, does anyone see anything wrong with the? I'm gonna take these out while you guys are
See
looking
the
at
E
it.
in front of le cama.
Right, right, because that's the person that's the subject doer. So le kama, ua avaku le kama. I'm sorry, le kama le pusa aisa, ile umukuka, ile kayao. All right. So that's pretty much what this is. It's actually no, because I'm looking at, but either I'm sorry, everybody. I think we're like about to have a storm, probably tornado. I'm not sure, but it's just gonna be like this. We'll go ahead and stop here. If you have any questions, feel free to hang around, and we'll talk about it. If not, um, I'll just look this week, and actually tomorrow I'll have that worksheet up, and just it's all exercises, and we're just gonna do a bunch of review from um Thursday, and then all next week we're gonna do review to just make sure that you're comfortable with the stuff we went over. Get in the shelter. Yeah, I'm downstairs, so I'm two levels down, so I'm okay. All right, Pavtai Lava. So yeah, and I'll upload these slides as well. So all we're doing is we're just gonna review to make sure you guys are comfortable, like, with the AEI and all of this kind of stuff. After lava.
If I die, stay safe.
All right. After all right, guys, I'm gonna go see what's going on upstairs. Thank you. Bye.